niggas, we are very consistent. If a nigga drink Hennessy, that's what the fuck that nigga drink. That's what he drink. Hennessy. You ain't gotta keep asking. That's what he drink on Monday.
Speaking of jumping to conclusions.
I was gonna say that was a perfect go because last time she did that, she ended up being right. So, first topic of the show for those who don't know, because of Red, Brick Baby, Big U, Loose Cannon were caught up in a federal indictment.
Now you scheming ass over here talking about some. Oh, I put that on Brick.
2 weeks ago, she said he was a sketchy sketcher, and she felt like he was involved in some stuff.
On everybody, especially Brick Baby, because he looked like the type of shiesty motherfucker out here in the streets. I'll do anything for some money.
Now that's some reckless accusing.
Look at his demeanor, how he talks about certain things, especially the topic that they did on No Jumper, where they was talking about his wife doing porn, and he's like, "Oh, I do anything for the money," whatever he was saying. Sketchy is something sketchy.
I said he wasn't involved, nothing that we know of, but she ended up being a fortune teller.
I was just about to say that. Call me now for your bumper clot reading.
So, Red has the list of charges that the federal indictment for Big U, Loose Cannon, and the other members of the Crips. She gonna go ahead and read them all.
Bear with me, I'm going through a little tough technical difficulty. All right, Eugene Big U Henley, a former leader of the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips and entertainment executives, face federal charges under the racketeer influence and corrupt organizations, RICO. The indictment accuses him of leading a criminal enterprise involved in activities such as extortion, fraud, human trafficking, embezzlement, and murder. Authorities allege that Henley used his nonprofit organization, Developing Options, as a front for illegal activities, including embezzling funds meant for community programs. Lying ass. He is also accused of intimidating businesses and individuals, extorting musicians and athletes, and committing violent crimes. You don't say. The charges highlight a broader investigation into organized crime and its influence in the entertainment industry. Pretty much.
All right, so that was the legal schmeagle of what's going on with Big U. A little add-ons after he was indicted. For a little while, he was on the run. Before he turned himself in, he made sure to do several Instagram lives and make sure he let y'all know that it was Wack's fault.
Government putting this big-ass picture, they going to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture, though. All the big picture. Now I'm going to be sitting in here. It's going to be years out of my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna see? You ruining people's lives. I heard this up with 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Just pray for me. Just pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there, you know what I mean? So is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick Baby. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and Wack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff. And talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with Developing Option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with Developing Option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with Developing Option. Shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. Now I got this last thing to say. Wack said he was gonna destroy Developing Option, right? So who gonna replace Developing Option? Which one of you fuck niggas in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is. That's what the whole play is. I'm out. I'm gonna send y'all videos to put up all of them until they lock me up. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Wack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets.
SpongeBob meme, but it was 9 minutes later. He was done making
9 minutes
clips,
later.
and he turned himself in. You know, it's crazy. A lot of those charges, because Big U, somebody we thought, well, it's allegedly. Let's make sure we say that so we don't know. If these things are true, you know, he's someone who was thought to be a pillar of the community and turned his life around. So to find out that he was basically the fucking Tulsa King of Cali. For those who don't know, that's a show about an old man who extorts dispensaries. That old man is Sylvester Stallone. That's basically what he was doing, but in Cali. And the fact that he unalived his own artist is crazy. Because that's who they accuse him of killing. It's a lot of terrible things in here, like worse things than, oh, he sold drugs to the community. Like, that's messed up. The checking in thing, I always thought that was an extortion thing, but I don't think that's a crime. That kind of is what it is. I have heard plenty of people make the point that you never make them they don't do that to white artists. They don't make them check in. And that is crazy that you extorting your own people, but
that part,
I don't know. I don't think that's a federal crime.
Took the words out of my mouth. Like, you extorting your own people. You should extort the culture appropriating vultures that come to our communities.
Yeah, that would make sense, but that's not usually how it goes. But I absolutely agree with you there. And the sex trafficking, even with that, again, not okaying none of this shit, but the trafficking, extortion, it's like all of it combined. If it was one thing,
violent crimes, don't forget about that.
Yeah, and of course, murder being the most serious. But if it was just like he extorted a business or two or some shit like that, I think
he made a living out of making money off of that.
It was a bunch of them. If you fully read the indictment, I suggest y'all go read it. I could put some of it in the video, but it's crazy work. Like the marijuana business, he had the guy giving him like 10 bands a month. Then it said they got to the point why the guy finally cracked and went to the police is that he couldn't even live.
People who were under Big U who committed crimes and robberies on behalf of Big U. And there's several instances that they described. The first instance would be Big U and Loose Cannon and the dispensary play. So there was a local dispensary paying Big U about $25,000 a month for protection. Now, the dispensary owner got sick and tired of paying it, and he stopped paying it. And when he stopped paying the $25,000 a month, Big U said, according to the officials now, Big U said, okay, you're not going to play no more? Okay, cool. So in retaliation, on July 5th of 2021, a couple of Big U associates, about a dozen plus, they ran up in a dispensary with guns and armed.
There was messages of Big U telling him on a whim, like, yo, I need 3 bands to get my wife this nice gift. On a random Tuesday. Imagine a nigga hitting you on a Tuesday for 3 bands.
He out here menacing and strong-arming people and
shit
like that. He had
him giving them 10 bands every Monday, so it got to the point where dude business couldn't even survive. It was like The Sopranos, dude with the sporting goods shop. He didn't even have no more money, to run his business, so that's what made him snitch. You do civilians like that, they will tell.
Guess what? That's Big U's fault because he got greedy. People get greedy. They can't just take the little money and just chill. They always want more, and they always come back for more, and that's why they get caught. And then there's other things too involved internet because people can't do no crime or do nothing and not talk about it, post about it. Nothing goes unspoken about, and they make it like it's something to brag about. No, you basically doing the police job for them. All they gotta do is just check a few podcast episodes and hit the streets, and they already got their info on you.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, I don't personally see Big U on the internet like that, but a lot of them other people that was caught up in it, such as Brick and Loose Cannon, recently are on the internet. And we doing this video on a Saturday. This came out, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think? Don't quote me. But in the time since then, I've seen multiple videos of people putting out clips of them on No Jumper explicitly talking about crimes.
So basically, it's like, because he'll be like, he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the f they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police. I seen he get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
this
I'm
is high tech shit.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right?
So Loose Cannon told his whole story on the pod, but he's telling the story. So it's like, you don't think they're listening to the same podcast, the feds, the boys? Like they can't put two and two together?
Again, people just don't know how to do their dirt and then just stay on the hush. Like, it has to be spoken about. It has to be said somewhere. And it's like, they wear that shit like a badge of honor. There's people out here who do their dirt and they don't make that shit public.
Before I know about the extortion thing, I was just like, oh, damn, Big U was the Nino Brown of LA, handing out turkeys on the holiday and then murdering people when nobody's watching type shit. But then I heard the extortion, the prostitution, and it's like, he knew he was on a wiretap because they said in the indictment that for the prostitution, they went to, I guess, the female who was recruiting the girls for him and told her that they was investigating him. They had him on the wiretap, and don't tell him. Like, do not let him know we spoke to you. They said the next day she told him that she spoke to them.
Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs.
According to officials, Big U utilized this woman right here, Armani Afalaj, who he was also intimate with. So she would recruit the women to come to Big U parties. Now, according to police, one of these interactions was actually captured on wiretap. Dates back to an incident that took place November of 2022, which really highlights how long they've been investigating for. So in November of 2022, Big U paid Afalaj $1,000 to transport 3 women from the Central District of California to Las Vegas to engage in prostitution and other crimes under Nevada law. So the feds went to Armani and presented her with everything they had. They said, yo, we got the wiretaps, bro. Do you want to be honest with us? And she kept it honest with them. June of 2023, they went to her house and they told her they got the wiretaps, they know everything that happened, and they planned on charging her with sex trafficking if she don't cooperate and speak to them. So she admitted that she promoted prostitution. Now, according to Armani, she told investigators that she provided Big U with women as long as the women were paid. That representation is corroborated by a series of intercepted calls from January 2023 when Armani said she was bringing 7 women to Big U, and after which Big U talked to Armani and others about her being upset when they did not get paid right away. So that's on wiretap as well. So she talked to the investigators. She let them know, I provided women for Big U. He paid for it, et cetera, et cetera. So she agreed to meet the investigators at a particular time and date. But the investigators told her, hey, bruh, don't tell Big U we talked to you. You got it? So she agreed, right? And so knowing she's on wiretap and knowing the investigators told her, don't talk to anybody about this. As soon as they left, I'm talking about that day immediately, there's a wiretap conversation of Big U, Armani, and others on the phone where Armani is telling Big U the feds just came by. The document says, however, after they told her, don't talk to Big U, a wiretap communication between Big U, her, and others showed that after Armani's interview, she met with Big U and other Big U enterprise associates to discuss her interaction with law enforcement. Those calls started right after the interview.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess obviously they had them under surveillance and
Next
wiretap.
day later.
Yeah, next day.
you say, yo, don't tell her. No, I'm telling.
Yeah, next day. But it's like, you know this and you're still talking on the phone. So it's like, I don't know, man.
All y'all stupid. Every last one of y'all.
Just don't do crimes. Go be a civilian.
And guess what? Adam not gonna care about Brick Baby. He gonna do the same thing to Brick that he did to Crip.
Yeah, Crip Man, right? A lot of people that go on
Word,
that
yo.
show do end up in prison.
I'm starting to think that the common denominator is Adam.
Well, I will say he doesn't do them no favors by the questions he asks them, but as far as the shit that they getting into, I can't really blame him for that. He employing a bunch of street niggas. You employ street niggas, there's a good chance they're gonna get into some street shit. Before we move off of Big U and talk about Brick Baby situation, because his is a little bit different. He insinuated that they coming after him because he's trying to help black people.
I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing.
I just wanted to ask you, do you think
Who
that's
said
why
that?
they
Big U?
Yes, do you think that's why they're coming after him, and do you think he can beat this?
You know that man lying. You know he lying. Not every black person that gets arrested is a criminal, but that dude in particular is a criminal. For you to do that to your own people, nah, you could just keep him. Just keep him.
Just keep him.
The fact
All
the
right,
nigga
so-
trying to get that shit off like the month after Black History Month. You should have did that shit in February. Yo.
He was
a
doing
nice
that
try.
shit all through February.
It was a nice try. And in regards to
Nah,
him,
Martin Luther King of him.
yeah, in regards to him beating it,
Nah, I think he going away for a while, and if he do go away and he come out, it's only cause he snitched, and I'm calling that from now.
Nah, the fact that they like, yo, it's not like 1, 2 things. It's like it's damn near like
they got
a
a whole
yo.
RICO
Yeah,
against
that's-
him. You know how hard it is to beat a RICO.
it's not Mike
And
hit
you
with
going
the
up
Rico.
against the
You
feds?
see? Wait.
We might just get hit with the
With the RICO.
So he got it. You don't think he's?
Nah.
I think that's
Makes-
hard.
make-
If it's the feds and they got multiple charges against him, that's
And you
I think
already
it's a wrap.
stated how you feel about him saying they targeted him for helping black people.
that you gonna be like, yeah, we really going after you because you targeting black people.
I'm about to say, like, I think
Let's make you an example.
there's a consensus opinion on this one. Don't get me wrong.
Make space next to Lamar Bishop, because
Yeah, right.
he just like him too.
I'm not gonna say that they don't target people who are helping black communities and shit like that. That it could be a possibility, but there is no
I said
possibility
Bishop, I meant Whitehead.
that Big U helps so much blacks
It's the small percentage of black people
that he helped
the
so
black
many and
community
put
that
them
he's
in the
helping.
position to make the kind of difference that would make them target him. I don't think it's that deep, my man. So while I fully condone playing your black card when you can, I don't think that shit gonna work this time. And as far as whether or not he could beat it, I got to keep it consistent. Whenever we do these stories, when it's the feds, I say, I play that you're going to
When
jail.
the feds
drop.
get involved,
If it's
they not
state-
looking for no little.
96% conviction
Yeah.
rate.
If it's
Hard to beat that.
facts. If it's like
They
state
hitting
or
you with
city
double-digit
charges,
years.
I think there's a chance. When you
Same time Gotti got.
96%, Steph Curry's free throw percentage, yeah, you're done. All right.
Yeah, now. Hey, Alphabet.